She kind of waded through the jungle like with a machete and figured out how to do the things she wanted to do. And of course, she's figured it out brilliantly.
And I first met Sandra Gonzalez when she was a law student, and she was a summer associate at my law firm, Scott Douglas McConaughey, here in town. She came to us with an extraordinarily impressive resume, even as a law student.
From East Texas, ends up at MIT, then goes to law school, which is not a combo plate that gets served all that often. Sandra has some of those traits that we expect in engineers. Methodical, relentless in the pursuit of facts. But what people tend to underestimate is the degree of creativity that's involved.
She's very, very smart, well-traveled, widely read, but in our profession, she's a little bit of a unicorn because she's also a listener. She makes you feel like you are the only person in the room.
Sandra started out as a securities litigation associate. She worked in that field for a few years. She kind of needed, at some point in her career, to find a new niche.
She's carved out a career that probably nobody else in her law school class is doing.
I work in the international trade compliance, and that's the work that Sandra and I both do. Without getting too nerdy and lawyery about it, it involves helping companies comply with the laws they have to live with doing business overseas as a U.S. company.
It doesn't sound sexy to the average person, but compliance is sexy to lawyers.
The international trade projects we've worked on involve a lot of travel. It's Asia, South Africa, time zones are upside down. And throughout that, Sandra was still able to juggle all of these other projects that she was working on. And not just work in the sense of billable hours, but work in the community, work on pro bono matters.
I have been witness to some of the really fantastic and amazing work she has done for people who are potentially in the most desperate of situations. Taking an asylum case, getting to know those clients. The obligation is huge, the responsibility is heavy, and it's very difficult and it's very time-consuming. She is always volunteering her time.
The mission of the Hispanic National Bar Association is to empower Latino attorneys in the U.S. Sandra served as our eyes and ears of the organization within Austin, so she was responsible for attracting members, working with members, implementing programming at the local level. You know, sometimes in organizations, people are very giddy on the front end, they're very excited, and then sometimes things get a little difficult and people start to disappear, and Sandra's one of those persons who she'll never leave your side.
She's extremely tenacious. She does not give up when there is a problem to be solved.
It is a very meaningful thing to me to see the sisterhood in our profession. And one of the things that she is already doing is sending a hand down to help young women lawyers to find what's the best path for them.
Sandra's been a mentor to me, I think, for almost 8 years, and she is just really great at tailoring her mentoring advice to her mentees. I know from people that she's mentored that she goes out of her way to connect them with people maybe in different industries, in different areas of the law.
It's really important to her to spend that time with people. And if they want her help, she's going to give you 110% of it because she didn't really have that.
I think it's a wonderful thing that the law school is honoring Sandra as a distinguished young alum.
For her, everything is possible.
She is the example that proves that you can do anything with a law degree from the University of Texas.